July of 2020 was the first Coinbase article that listed Helium as an asset that was officially under review for listing. Since then, the Rosetta implementation grant was awarded and has been completed. This led many to think that a listing was sure to happen sometime around the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022. Here we are in June of 2022, and not only is there radio silence around the listing, but Helium has been removed entirely from the Coinbase asset transparency updates. It's possible the light hotspot implementation was prioritized and this listing was pushed off until the time was right, or maybe the new DAO structure makes this listing more complicated than originally planned. Others speculate that the double-handed investments of A16Z in both Nova Labs and Coinbase may be holding up this listing. Let's take a look at the details in today's video. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here in the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. It really helps support the channel. In today's video, we are going to be addressing a question that comes up so often from the Helium community, and that is the Helium HNT Coinbase listing. This has been going on for quite some time. It started all the way back in July of 2020 with this article here, where it lists Helium as an asset that is officially under review. There has been a lot that's happened since then. Of course, Helium has evolved. The market has completely changed. A lot of moving parts here. We're going to talk a little bit about the most recent updates here about the Coinbase and HNT listing, and we'll also discuss some reasons why this might still not be happening. Of course, we also have to remember there was a redenomination that was voted on, and that might also be playing a role here in the listing of HNT. But first, let's take a quick look here at the HNT price chart. It is not looking entirely good right now. Of course, we were outperforming the entire crypto market for some time. Now, if we look here on Twitter, we can see the moment where JPlat captured the outperformance here of Helium on a 7-day timescale and a 30-day timescale, and it was the best performing asset on both of those timescales for all of the crypto market. That is really incredible, and the outperformance was extremely welcomed and well deserved in my opinion. If we fast forward a few days now, the weekend has passed. Helium has retreated a bit to rank number 41 from number 35. However, that is expected after such a strong outperformance. However, this price chart here is not looking very good with the recent daily price candles. However, we will talk more about what we can expect here in future videos, so stay tuned for that. Now guys, if we get back to this Coinbase listing, we can see the July 2020 article listing Helium as an asset for consideration here. If we fast forward a bit, we can move all the way to July of 2021, about a year later, where the Daily Hodl outlined a list of assets that Coinbase is considering, and as we can see, Helium was also on that list. Now, since then, Coinbase has been providing these transparency updates. Now, they are also have a dedicated page here on Twitter that I follow to try and monitor when things are added or changed here. So you could come follow them if you would like. However, these articles do outline all of the assets that are under consideration, that are being removed, and that are being added from these lists on a quarterly basis from Coinbase. Now, as we can see that this is the list of assets that are planned to be listed on Coinbase. Alphabetical order, as we can see, Helium is not here. If we scroll down a little bit, I was expecting to see Helium in this section right here, assets under consideration. However, if we scroll down, we can see there is absolutely no sign of Helium or HNT on this list. Now, down below are a few Solana network tokens. Now, after seeing that it wasn't on the considerations list, I was expecting to see it here in the change log. This is updated regularly. As we can see, they provide the dates as well as what is happening on those dates. However, there is absolutely no sign of Helium here either. This is very strange because it's almost as if they are admitting HNT purposefully, and I believe that it would have to be for some sort of legal reasons. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but as you can see, I was expecting to see, as they have this remove LOC token here, I was expecting to see some sort of remove HNT. I didn't really expect an explanation, as they just say if they're adding or removing these. However, I was looking to at least see it be acknowledged. Now, guys, there has been a lot of talk over the previous few months about priorities with regards to the Helium development team or the Nova Labs development team, and that was part of the reason why I thought this was getting pushed off. As we can see, the light hotspots were activated on the mainnet in May, hit 51 vote, and the structural changes to the Helium network were voted on and passed a few weeks ago at the end of May. So it was speculated that a lot of these decisions and this reprioritization might have pushed this back a little. But after seeing that there was absolutely no sign of HNT even being acknowledged here on this list, it really makes me think it has more to do with the legality behind A16Z's investment in both Coinbase and in Nova Labs. Now, even more interesting than that is if we come over here to A16Z's blog listing on their website, we can confirm that the A16Z family of funds invested in Coinbase 8 different times from 2013 to 2020. Now, more recently, we know that A16Z dramatically reduced its investment in Coinbase after the official public listing. This can be outlined in this article, and it is estimated that the remaining stake for A16Z is still 14 million shares as of March 31st of this year. So there was a huge distribution of these shares happening early in this year and at the end of last year. Now, that timing is rather interesting because, of course, this is the end of Q1 when they disclose the remaining shares that Coinbase has after the A16Z distributed many of them to the LPs. Now, acknowledging that and also acknowledging the fact that A16Z has been involved in almost every round of funding for Nova Labs, we can only assume that there must have been some complications around the selling and distributing of the Coinbase shares from A16Z with this Helium HNT listing on Coinbase. So I can only imagine the conflicts of interest that may be of concern for some regulators surrounding transactions that are as complicated as these, especially now considering that Coinbase is publicly traded. There must be a lot of regulators with their hands here and a lot of high-profile attorneys being paid to make sure that there are no conflicts of interest here and everyone's hands are on the table and there is nothing happening behind the scenes. Now, we have to remember that it was being considered by Coinbase way back in 2020, prior to even Coinbase going public. So once Coinbase started to go public and A16Z decided not only to continually invest in Nova Labs, but also to start selling their shares in Coinbase, I'm sure that there was a lot of regulation surrounding their positions and the implementation of HNT being put onto Coinbase. Now, guys, I know this is incredibly frustrating, especially for me. I live in New York. I'm unable to use Binance to buy HNT, and I also would not be particularly interested in making a Binance account. I do, however, use Coinbase, and HNT obviously is not on there. I have purchased HNT directly through SimpleSwap and sent it directly to my Helium wallet. That is fine, but there are some additional fees involved. I will link that down below if you guys want to use it. It is an affiliate link. It costs you nothing, but it certainly does work. I've used it multiple times, especially more recently when Helium's price has come down to where it is now. But it is incredibly frustrating to not be able to purchase HNT through Coinbase. I really wish that they would make this more of a priority. Of course, as I mentioned, I do think there is some legal issues surrounding it, so that makes sense. But for people that are unable to buy HNT easily, it's extraordinarily annoying. That being said, I still would transfer all of the HNT I buy in Coinbase directly to my Helium wallet, but it would be nice to be able to purchase it more conveniently. Let me know what you guys think, if you have seen any other reasons why this implementation might be delayed so much, and even more interestingly, why the radio silence around it. But guys, leave your comments and questions down below. I will try and get to them, but thank you so much for being here and watching until the end. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already to stay up to date on the latest Helium and HNT news and analysis. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, but just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.